से आए, अपने आप को जानो। राजयोग के द्वारा अपना परम पिता पहचानो। इसी राजपथ पर चलकर तुम पालो अपना बसेरा। परमात्मा को प्यारे, दिव्य गुणों को धारण करके योगी बनो दुलारे। ज्योति बिंदु ही तोड़ेगा ये माया मोह का घेरा। अंतर मन में ज्योति जगा लो, होगा दूर अंधेरा। ओम शांति, ओम शांति, ओम शांति। ब्रह्म से शिव बाबा पधारे, बोलते ध्वनियों। ब्रह्म से शिव बाबा पधारे, बोलते ध्वनियों। ब्रह्म मुख से मधुर वाणी, बोलते ध्वनियों। ब्रह्म से शिव बाबा पधारे, ओम ओम। ओम की इस मधुर ध्वनि से किया परिवर्तन। प्रेम शांति सिखा के बदला सभी का जीवन। आदि देव प्रजापिता श्री बोलते ध्वनियों। ब्रह्मा मुख से मधुर वाणी, बोलते ध्वनियों। ब्रह्म से शिव बाबा पधारे, ओम ओम। सोहनी सूरत मोहनी मूरत, ज्ञान के मोती। भव्य चमकती ज्योति, दिव्य दर्शन दिव्य वाणी, बोलते ध्वनियों, ब्रह्मा मुख से मधुर वाणी, बोलते ध्वनियों, ब्रह्म से शिव बाबा पधारे। ओम विश्व में थी पाप की जब घटा छाई, तब विभूति आप जैसी धरती पे आई। एक तार में बंध के सारे बोलते ध्वनियों, ब्रह्मा मुख से मधुर वाणी, बोलते ध्वनियों, ब्रह्म से शिव बाबा पधारे, बोलते ध्वनियों, ब्रह्मा मुख से मधुर वाणी, बोलते ध्वनियों, ब्रह्म से शिव बाबा पधारे। ओम
Om Shanti. And good morning. On this day of Satguruvar, so Baba says the deities who were elevated once upon a time in their actions as well as in their religion have become corrupt because they have forgotten their original religion. So Baba comes and explains the history and geography of the world, because the world knows half of the knowledge, and the rishis and munis also said that they didn't know the knowledge of the beginning, middle and end of the creator as well as the creation. Then Baba says that while doing any action, while walking, moving, you have to remember Baba. So Baba says Baba is the beloved. So when we remember Baba, we will be able to clear the account of the sinful actions. Let's listen to Murli, and today's date is 16th April. Essence. Sweet children only by having yoga will the alloy in new souls be removed. You will then receive your full inheritance from the Father. Therefore, increase your power of yoga as much as possible. Question: the actions of the deities were elevated. Why have everyone's actions now become corrupt? Baba says the actions of the deities were elevated. Why have everyone's actions now become corrupt? Because they have forgotten their original religion. Because of forgetting their religion, that is dharma, the actions, that is the karma they perform are corrupt, because they come under the influence of the body consciousness and they start performing actions, and those actions become sinful or the corrupt actions. The Father gives you the understanding of your true religion. Together with that, He also tells you the history and geography of the whole world, which you have to relate to everyone else. Give everyone the true introduction of the Father. The song, "Look at your face in the mirror of your heart, O soul." What's the account of the charitable actions or the sinful actions? Om Shanti. Who said this to whom? The Father said this to you children, whom He is making. Baba tells this to His children, that to what extent have you become a charitable soul and how much sin is left. Because Baba is making pure from impure, you children know that people of Bharat who were deities have now completed the cycle of 84 births, and having gone through the stages of Sato Pradhan, Sato, Rajo and Tamo, have now become Tamo Pradhan. They have become Tamo Pradhan. Now the Father, who now purifies the impure, says, ask your hearts to what extent have you become charitable souls. Which was mentioned in the song, to what extent have you become charitable soul. At first, when you were called deities, you were pure and Sato Pradhan souls. That was called the original eternal deity religion. None of the people of Bharat call themselves those of the deity religion now. There is no Hindu religion, and because they have become impure, they can't call themselves deities. There is no Hindu religion. Of course, they call themselves as Hindus, but Baba says actually such religion doesn't exist. Because of being impure, they can't call themselves deities. That's why they don't call themselves deities. They have become impure. In the golden age, the deities were pure. It was a pure family path. Just as the king and queen were pure, so too were the subjects. It says that the king and the queen were pure in that golden age, so the subjects were also pure. The Father reminds the people of Bharat, you who belonged to a pure family path belonged to the original eternal deity religion. That was called heaven. There was just the one religion there. The number one empress and the emperor were Lakshmi and Narayan. Who were the number one empress or the emperor? Baba says Lakshmi and Narayan. There it was their dynasty, and Bharat was very wealthy. Baba just explains that cycle. That was the golden age, and then they went into the silver age. Even at that time, they were called the worthy of worship deities or warriors. First was the kingdom of Lakshmi and Narayan, then was the kingdom of Rama and Sita, and there was that dynasty too. Even the souls took 12 births in the kingdom of Rama and Sita. Just as among the Christians, they were Edward the first and Edward the second, just like how they, during their dynasty. So it was the same in Bharat. It's a matter of 5,000 years, that is, it used to be the kingdom of Lakshmi and Narayan 5,000 years ago in Bharat. However, no one knows how and when they attained that kingdom. That same Sun Dynasty kingdom then became the Moon Dynasty. This was because while taking rebirth, they had to come down the ladder. Gradually, the degrees start decreasing. Then those who belonged to the Sun Dynasty kingdom then started becoming a part of the Moon Dynasty, and no one knows about this history and geography of the world. The Father is the creator, so he must definitely be the creator of the golden aged new world. So God doesn't come and he establishes or creates the hell. So when he comes, he definitely creates that golden age. The Father says, children, 5,000 years ago you went into heaven. This Bharat was heaven. You then went to hell. The world doesn't know the history and geography of this world. They only know the incomplete history of the end. Those who know completely, they have the knowledge of this world. They know only about the Iron Age, and they don't even know about the Copper Age. And no one knows the history and geography of the golden and silver ages. Even the rishis and munis used to say, we don't know the creator or the beginning, the middle, end of the creation. How could anyone else know? The Father sits here and explains to Baba explains to us, then only we were able to know. That's why Baba says he explains to you. Only in Bharat does Shiv Baba take a divine birth, which is also celebrated as the birthday of Shiva. So after Shiv Jayanti, we celebrate Gita Jayanti. Together with that, there has to be the birthday of Sri Krishna. However, the people of Bharat don't know the significance of this birthday or when the birthday of Shiva was. Those of other religions will quickly tell you when the birthday of Buddha or the Christ was. They celebrate the Buddha Jayanti and they celebrate Buddha Purnima. Of course, they celebrate Christmas. Ask the people of Bharat when the birthday of Shiva was, and no one will be able to tell you. Shiva came in Bharat. No one knows what he did when he came. Shiva is the father of all souls, and all souls are imperishable. A soul shuts a body and takes another. The cycle is of 84 births. in the scriptures they have written tall stories about 8.4 million birds. The Father comes and tells you the right things because it's. So what was mentioned in the scriptures, that they have written about 8.4 million birds. So it's mentioned in Sanskrit. Of course, we have various meanings for this term, that is Shiva. It is like the term which is used in Sanskrit. It has been understood in a different way, and they have written it as 8.4 million birds. So Father comes and tells you the right things. However, apart from the Father, all the things that they say about the Creator and creation are lies, because this is the kingdom of Maya. First of all, when Bharat was the land of divinity, you had divine intellects. There were golden palaces studded with diamonds. The Father sits here and tells you the secrets of the Creator and the beginning, middle and the end of the creation. That is, he tells you the history and geography of the world. The people of Bharat don't know that they were deities at first. They have now become impure, poverty-stricken and irreligious. They have forgotten their own religion. Of course, this had to happen according to the drama. The history and geography of the world has to enter your intellects. That's why Baba gives the title, you have to become the spinner of the discus of the self-realization. You have to look at your births or your role in that cycle. How did you play your roles? The highest on high is the Father of all souls who resides in the soul world. Then there is the subtle region, and this is a corporeal world. Only Brahma, Vishnu, Shankar reside in the subtle region. There is no other history or geography relating to them. There are these three floors. Baba uses sometimes these terms, that is, God is one, His creation is only one, then the cycle continues to turn. It's not that the cycles turn on different planets. Baba says that the entire drama takes place on this earth. You have to go from the golden age to the silver age, then to the copper and the iron ages. And there has to be the calculation of 84 births, which no one knows. And this is not mentioned in any of the scriptures either. Only you children play parts for 84 births. The Father doesn't enter the cycle. Only the children become impure from pure. This is why they cry out, Baba, come and purify us. Because those souls who have experienced the happiness that they get from that purity, so then they call out when they become impure. That's why Baba says, everyone calls out to the one. We have all become unhappy in the kingdom of Ravan. Come and liberate us. Take us to the kingdom of Rama. For half of each cycle it's the kingdom of Rama, and for another half it's the kingdom of Ravan. The people of Bharat are at first pure and they have become impure. They begin to become impure when they go on to the path of sin. That is, when the path of devotion begins, you children are now being given this knowledge. Through this, you claim your inheritance of happiness for half a cycle, that is for 21 births. The reward of this knowledge continues for half a cycle. Then there is the kingdom of Ravan, and you continue to come down. You were in the divine kingdom, and then you went into the devilish kingdom. This is also called hell. What do you mean by hell? Baba says that is the devilish kingdom. You were in heaven, and then having taken 84 births, you have now ended up in hell. That was the land of happiness, and this is the land of sorrow. What has it become now? It has become the land of sorrow. So it's 100% insolvent. You have been around the cycle of 84 births. From being worthy of worship, the same people of Bharat became worshippers. This is called the history and geography of the world. The whole cycle is of you people of Bharat. Those of other religions, they don't take 84 births. They don't exist in the golden age. There was just Bharat in the golden and the silver ages. There were those of the Sun dynasty, and then the Moon dynasty, then the Merchant dynasty, then the Shudra dynasty. You have now become part of the dynasty of Brahmins in order to become. What have you become now? What have we become? So Baba says we have become part of the dynasty of Brahmins in order to become those of the deity dynasty. So these are the clans of Bharat. By becoming Brahmins, you now claim your inheritance from Shiva. And the Father is teaching you exactly as he did 5,000 years ago. You become pure, then you become impure, cycle after cycle. You go to that land of happiness, then you come into this land of sorrow, then you have to go to that land of peace. That is also called the incorporeal world. No human being knows what a soul is or what the Supreme Soul is. A soul is a star, a point. It's also said a tiny point sparkles in the center of the forehead. It's a tiny point that can be seen only with a divine vision. It can't be seen with this physical eyes. It can be seen with that divine insight. Actually, it can't even be called a star. Why? Why is it not called a star? Because the stars are very big, but because of the distance, they appear to be very tiny. They are very far away, that's why they appear to be very tiny. So this is just an example that is given. The soul is as tiny as the stars that are visible in the sky. The soul of the Father is also a point. Shiva Baba is the Supreme Soul. It doesn't mean that because he's the Supreme, his size or form appears or it's very big. Baba says the size of Shiva Baba, the form also is a point. He is called the Supreme Soul. His praise is separate because he is the sentient seed of the human world tree. He has all this knowledge. Baba is the ocean of knowledge and is the sun of knowledge. So you souls are receiving the knowledge now. So Baba says, it is the soul that imbibes the knowledge. A part of 84 births is recorded in such a tiny point, and of course that is imperishable, and it gets repeated. And the same thing, identical. It becomes identical. and the souls just play their 84 births roles. Baba says they can't be into this. They were deities and they become devils, then they have to become deities once again. This cycle has to continue to turn. All the rest are byplots. The Islamists and the Buddhists don't take 84 births, and this golden age was righteous and the solvent in Bharat. Then, having gone through 84 births, they have become vicious, and this is a vicious world. There was purity, peace, prosperity 5,000 years ago. The Father reminds you children that the main thing is purity. So Baba just reminds us of who we were. That's why they call out, "O one who makes vicious ones the viceless, come." Only He can grant salvation, and that's why only He is the Satguru. You are now being changed from beggars to princes by the Father, that is, you are changing from an ordinary man. What are we becoming? Baba says, from beggars to prince. From a beggar to prince, that is, from an ordinary man into Narayan, from an ordinary woman into Lakshmi. Baba says, this is your Raj Yoga. This is the reward of the Raj Yoga. That is to become Narayan from an ordinary man and to become Lakshmi from an ordinary woman. Bharat is receiving the kingdom from the Father. This soul takes 84 births and the soul studies through the body. The body doesn't study. The soul carries those sanskars. The soul carries that sanskars of studying. The soul takes those sanskars. So this soul, I study through this body. This is known as being soul conscious. When a soul separates from his body, the body is of no use. Body becomes a corpse. That is, it doesn't have any value when the soul leaves the body. So the soul says that I am becoming a charitable soul. People become body conscious and say, I am doing this. Understand that. Nowadays, the people of the world have become human doing instead of human beings, because we always identify ourselves with the task or with the roles that we perform. So now we understand that we are souls, and of course we are doing that task. We perform those actions through these bodies. So Baba's you now understand that you are souls and your bodies are large. This soul, I am studying with the Supreme Soul, the Father. The Father says, constantly remember me alone. You were Sato Pradhan in the golden age, and the alloy was then mixed into you. What's that alloy? Baba says that gets mixed into the soul. From being pure, you have now become impure. You now have to become pure once again. That's why it is said, O purifier, come and purify us. The Father advises you, O impure souls. What's that advice that Baba gives to the souls who have become impure? Baba says, O impure souls, remember me, your Father. Your alloy will be removed and you will become pure. This is called ancient yoga. The alloy will be burnt away by having this remembrance that is in this fire of yoga. The main thing is to become pure from impure. The sages and holy men, etc., all are impure. Only the Father shows you the way to become pure. Constantly remember me alone. What's that advice that Baba gives? Baba says, constantly remember Baba alone. Become pure in this last birth. While eating, walking, moving around, constantly remember me alone, because I'm the beloved of all of you souls. It's not that, okay, we have to remember Baba, we will sit and do yoga. Baba says, no, while eating, walking, moving around, we have to remember Baba. Because we are karma yogis. Because I am the beloved of all of you souls. I made you pure, then you became impure. All devotees are lovers, and the beloved says, all the souls, whether the soul is in the has taken the costume of the female or the male. Baba says, all the souls are lovers. The beloved says, you may perform actions, but make your intellect continue to remember me, and your sins will be absolved. This is the effort that you have to make. Therefore, you should remember the Father in order to claim your inheritance. Those who remember Him a great deal will receive a greater inheritance. One who does will receive the reward. So when we do as per Baba's directions, we receive the greater return. So this is the pilgrimage of remembrance. Those who remember me more will become pure, and they will become the garland around my neck. Baba says this amazing aspect that such souls become the garland around Baba's neck. This is the genealogical tree of all souls created in the incorporeal world, and that's called the incorporeal tree. And this is the corporeal tree. Everyone has to come down from that incorporeal world number wise and continue to come down. The tree is so large. All the souls have to come down here, that is, they have to come down to play their parts. All the souls are actors in this drama. Souls are imperishable, and their roles are also imperishable. You can't ask when this drama was created. It continues eternally. The people of Bharat first have happiness. Some ask, when did drama start? Baba says it's the eternal drama. There is no question of when it started and when it ends. Just continues eternally. The people of Bharat have happiness, and they have sorrow, and they have to go to the land of peace. The Father will then send you to the land of happiness. Whatever effort each of you makes, you receive a status accordingly. The Father is establishing a kingdom. You will all claim a status in the kingdom according to the efforts that you make now. In the golden age, there will definitely be the fewer human beings. The tree of the original eternal deity religion is very small. All the rest will have been destroyed. The original eternal deity religion is being established, that is, the gates to heaven are being opened.
स्वर्ग के गेट खुल गए।
5,000 years ago too, heaven was established after this war. All of the innumerable religions were destroyed. That was called a benevolent war. Now the gates of hell, Baba says, after this Mahabharat war, the golden age dawns. Now the gates of hell are open, whereas the gates to heaven will open then. The Father opens the gates to heaven and the Ravan opens the gates to hell. The Father gives you your inheritance and the Ravan then curses you. The world doesn't know these things. I explain these things to you children. Even the education minister wants the unlimited knowledge that only you can give. However, you are incognito, no one can recognize you. Of course, they have the knowledge about the world, but they don't have this unlimited knowledge that can only be given by you. However, you are incognito, no one recognizes you, and you are claiming your kingdom with the power of yoga. You know how Lakshmi and Narayan claim their kingdom. This is called the auspicious benevolent age, when the Father comes and purifies everyone. Baba says this is the most auspicious age. Of course, this is the most valuable age when Baba, the Father, comes and purifies everyone. Not everyone would call Sri Krishna the Father. Only the incorporeal one is called the Father. Because the Father is accepted by the souls of the entire world. So remember that one Father and also become pure. You definitely have to renounce vices. Bharat was a viceless land of happiness, and it has now become a vicious land of sorrow and a worth not a penny. This is the play of the drama which your intellects have to imbibe and also help others imbibe. Acha. To you, sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the Mother, Father, and Bap Dada. The spiritual father says namaste to you, spiritual children, and we spiritual children also offer love, remembrance, and say good morning, namaste to the Mother, Father, and Bap Dada. The essence for Dharana, the first one. Become pure by having remembrance and become the garland around the Father's neck. Even while doing everything, stay in remembrance of the Father and become a conqueror of sinful actions. Second, make full effort to become a charitable soul, renounce body consciousness and become soul conscious. Blessing. May you be master knowledgeful and powerful by keeping the eye of your intellect clear and careful. May you be master knowledgeful and powerful by keeping the eye of your intellect clear and careful. Astrologers can forecast any calamities that are to come with the knowledge of the astrology or the omens. Similarly, you children can know in advance about the test papers that are to come from Maya. So in order to pass with honors, make the eye of your intellect very clear and careful. To the extent your intellect is clear, you will be able to catch Baba's signals. Day by day, increase your powers of remembrance and silence. You will know in advance. And the intellect becomes clear with the power of silence, and you will know in advance on which day something is going to happen. Sometimes we get that subtle signals that something is not that good. Be master knowledgeful and powerful, you will never be defeated. Slogan: purity is newness, and that's the foundation of this knowledge. Purity is newness, and that's the foundation of this knowledge. Today's object signal: have sweetness in your behavior and an attitude of unlimited disinterest in your mind. When you are aware of both of this, you will be able to pass with honors. Just like Baba says, this is Madhuban. What do we mean by Madhuban? It is the land which, the meaning of this term is like, it is Madhu means it is honey, and one means it's forest. By especially imbibing sweetness and humility, you will be constantly a world benefactor, a great donor, and a bestower of blessings. You will then easily be able to give the proof of love. Om Shanti. Today is Sat Gurvar, and all the brothers and sisters are requested to be seated here so that Bhog will be offered little later. All the sisters and brothers who have got the slips, you are requested to assemble in that meeting hall where the trans messenger sister will meet all of you. We have respected Mrutyunjay brother among us. He is going to share the news of the service. Lieutenant General Trivikramji is going to visit Shantivan and is going to meet respected Mohini Didiji, and that's why all the vehicles which are parked from gate number 1 till Saraswati Bhavan are requested to be parked anywhere. Amarjit Singh, who has taken the knowledge from Punjab, and he has been giving his services in Madhuban, and the soul has shut the body, and let's send good wishes to that soul on his onward journey, and the funeral will take place today. You are requested to park your vehicles somewhere else. Because we have seen some vehicles being parked near the Ashtabhuja, on the way from Ashtabhuja to Mohini Didiji's residence. So you are requested to park those vehicles somewhere else. Because he is coming here, his program is for half an hour, because he is going to Gyan Sarovar as there is a conference there. So let's remember Baba. Om Shanti. I reached the subtle region after carrying the book to be offered to Baba. As soon as I reached, I see that Baba was just seeing the accounts. That was a very big account book, and it was something was written on that, and I was not able to understand. After seeing me, Baba started telling that child, what are you looking at? Baba, there is a copy which is on your lap, and what are you looking at and what are you writing? I'm not able to understand. Baba just remained in silence for a moment and then said, child, Baba is looking at the time. Baba is just looking at the difference between the time which was there at the beginning of the creation and the current time when Shiva Baba, the Almighty Father, when he is incarnated, Baba just awakened his children as well as the devotees and of course the ignorant children. And as you progress, you are going to face such situations, and the situations are to change. And Baba's children were not able to recognize that. So the ignorant devotees were not able to understand what Baba said, because that situation always turned into a scene of a humor. But while considering the present time, Baba is already awakening his children. Baba says that the people of the world are also awakened, because when Baba awakened such children, they didn't. But now the time But as per the present time, the people of the world also are, they have awakened. Because Baba has explained the secrets of the world cycle, of course the new children also understand. While looking at the situations of the current time, the signal of the time, to the Brahmin children or to the ignorant children or to the souls of the world, all of you are seeing the present time, how sensitive it is going to become, or it is becoming. While considering the sensitivity of the time, you shouldn't wait. Because the time is very valuable for you children as well as for the souls of the world. Whereas you children have recognized the Father, you have recognized Baba's land or Baba's home or Baba's sacrificial fire. You have recognized the Didis or the Dadis while keeping everything in front of you. So you, Baba's children, have to be alert. And Baba was relating these things with a lot of love, and he was explaining me it was looking as if many children were immersed. You shouldn't wait for the time. While Baba just gave the signals and Bhog was in front of Baba, so the souls on behalf of whom the Bhog was offered, and of course we always gave their special love and remembrance to Baba, and Baba also fed Bhog to them. So Baba also gave his love and remembrance. Then I carried that love and remembrance. I came down. Let's listen to the teachings of respected Dadi Ratan Mohini ji. Whatever elevated versions of Baba we hear, out of them we should underline some special elevated versions. Within ourselves, whether write it down in a notebook or underline within ourselves. Writing it in a notebook is very good because by writing, even if we forget, we can refer to that later. It means to say that whatever elevated versions we hear, we should do churning by giving attention to some particular points during the day. This will help instill in our thoughts the specialities that Baba wants to fill in us, through which our thoughts will remain pure always. Impurity shouldn't get awakened in our thoughts. Om Shanti.
Baba,